The Garden of Envin, in the stomach of Mauritius, Africa, an ancient community finds itself torn apart by envy over the breathtaking garden of the Ramasamy family. As jealousy festers and relationships deteriorate, the villagers learn a profound lesson about the power of collaboration and unity. This tale explores the destructive nature of envy and the beauty that can arise when a community comes together to cultivate a shared vision. Through the lens of local characters and their struggles, we delve into the emotional landscape of human relationships, ultimately revealing that the true wealth lies not in competition, but in cooperation. Within the dense, verdant hills of Mauritius, settled between the azure waters of the Indian Ocean and the vibrant green of sugarcane fields, lay the small village of Belombre. 디스코트 커뮤니티 스라이브드 오니스 클로즈트 릴레이션십스 웨어 로터 에드 처이서 엔든 피피 피드 프롬 브로햄 임튼급이 레드그엄. The Ramasamy family was renowned for their stunning garden, a kaleidoscope of colors that seemed to dance in the sunlight. The garden was a labor of love, tended to by the matriarch Aditi Ramasamy, whose green thumb was matched only by her warm heart. Aditi's husband, Ravi, often joked that their garden was the envy of the entire village. From the well of envy, only a fool drinks the water, he would say, a saying passed down through generations. However, as the garden flourished, so did the seeds of jealousy among the villagers. At first, the admiration for the Ramasamy garden was innocent. Neighbors would stop by to marvel at the vibrant hibiscus, the fragrant frangipani, and the lush ferns that seemed to whisper secrets to the wind. But as the seasons changed, so did the hearts of the villagers. What was once admiration turned into envy, and whispers began to circulate. Why does Aditi have such a beautiful garden, while we struggle to grow even a few vegetables? Grumbled Mohan, a local fisherman, as he sat with his friends at the village tavern. His words struck a chord, and soon the tavern buzzed with murmurs of discontent. Perhaps if Aditi shared her secrets, we could all have gardens like hers, suggested Leela, a seamstress known for her vibrant saris. But instead of fostering collaboration, the suggestion only deepened the divide. As the envy grew, so did the tension in Belombre. Neighbors who once shared meals now avoided each other, and the laughter that once filled the air was replaced by silence. The Ramasamy family, oblivious to the brewing storm, continued to nurture their garden, unaware of the growing resentment that surrounded them. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the village, a group of villagers gathered to confront Aditi. Led by Mohan, they marched to the Ramasamy home, their hearts heavy with bitterness. Aditi, Mohan called out, his voice trembling with emotion. Why do you keep your garden a secret? We want to know how you do it. We want our gardens to flourish too. Aditi, taken aback by the sudden confrontation, stepped outside, her hands still stained with soil. I never meant to keep anything from you, she replied gently. Gardening is a joy I wish to share, but it requires patience and love. Patience and love? Scoffed Mohan. We have tried, but our gardens wither while yours thrives. You must be hiding something. The accusation stung, and Aditi's heart sank. I assure you, there are no secrets, she said softly. Perhaps we could work together, share our knowledge, and create something beautiful for everyone. But the villagers were not ready to listen. Fueled by envy, they turned away, leaving Aditi standing alone in her garden, tears streaming down her cheeks. Days turned into weeks, and the rift in the community deepened. The once vibrant village of Bel Ombre was now a shadow of its former self. The laughter of children was replaced by the sound of angry voices, and the aroma of shared meals faded into the background. One day, as Aditi tended to her garden, she noticed a small boy, Rohan, peering through the fence. Rohan was the son of Mohan, and his innocent eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Why do you cry, Auntie Aditi?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Aditi knelt down to his level, wiping her tears with the back of her hand. "I cry because my garden, which was once a source of joy, has become a reason for sadness." "But your garden is beautiful," Rohan exclaimed. "I wish I could help you." Aditi smiled at the boy's enthusiasm. "You can help me, Rohan. Would you like to learn how to plant seeds?" And so, Aditi began to teach Rohan the art of gardening. Day by day, the boy learned about the delicate balance of sunlight, water, and love that nurtured the plants. As they worked together, Aditi found solace in Rohan's laughter, and the garden began to bloom even more vibrantly. Word of Aditi's kindness spread, and soon other children from the village began to join Rohan. They would gather in the Ramasamy garden, their laughter echoing through the air as they planted seeds and watered the flowers. As the children worked side by side, the adults began to take notice. Mohan, watching from a distance, felt a pang of guilt. He had let envy cloud his judgment, and now he saw the joy that Aditi was bringing to the children. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and pink, Mohan approached Aditi. "I was wrong to let envy consume me," he admitted, his voice heavy with regret. "I see now that your garden is not just for you, but for all of us. Can we come together and create a community garden?" Aditi's heart swelled with hope. "Yes, Mohan. Together, we can create something beautiful that benefits everyone." With renewed purpose, the villagers gathered to discuss the idea of a community garden. They shared their knowledge, their dreams, and their fears. Slowly, the walls of envy began to crumble, replaced by a spirit of collaboration. As the days turned into weeks, the community garden took shape. Villagers worked side by side, planting seeds, watering plants, and sharing stories. The garden became a symbol of unity, a place where laughter and joy flourished alongside the vibrant blooms. The Ramasamy garden, once a source of envy, now served as a source of inspiration. Aditi shared her knowledge freely, teaching the villagers about companion planting, organic gardening, and the importance of nurturing the earth. As the community garden blossomed, so did the relationships among the villagers. They celebrated their successes together, sharing the bounty of their harvests and creating meals that reflected the diverse flavors of their culture. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the villagers gathered in the community garden for a feast. The air was filled with the aroma of spices, laughter, and the sound of children playing. Mohan stood up to speak, his heart full of gratitude. "We have learned a valuable lesson," he said, looking around at his neighbors. "From the well of envy, only a fool drinks the water. But from the well of collaboration, we can all drink deeply and thrive together." The villagers cheered, their hearts united in the spirit of community. They had transformed their envy into a shared vision, and in doing so, they had created something far more beautiful than any individual garden could ever be. As the stars twinkled above, Aditi looked around at the faces of her friends and neighbors, her heart swelling with pride. The garden was no longer just a collection of plants. It was a testament to the power of collaboration, a reminder that together they could overcome any obstacle. And so, The Village of Bel Ombre thrived, not just its story, community of individuals. 빛, 미리 번데 비에법, 애는 너더더지 너인가? The garden, once a source of envy, had become a sanctuary of hope, a place where dreams blossomed and the spirit of collaboration flourished. Had become a sanctuary of hope, a place where dreams blossomed and the spirit of collaboration flourished. 에피소드 5던 The Siege of Envy. Discuss the origins of envy and how it can poison relationships. Explore the impact of jealousy on community dynamics. Episode 2 The Power of Collaboration. Highlight the importance of working together for a common goal. Share stories of successful community projects that overcame envy. Episode 3 Nurturing Relationship. Discuss how to cultivate healthy relationships and support one another. Explore the role of communication in overcoming misunderstandings. Episode 4 Transforming Envy into Inspiration. Share tips on how to turn feelings of envy into motivation for personal growth. Discuss the importance of celebrating others' successes. Episode 5 The Beauty of Community. Reflect on the lessons learned from the story of Bel Ombre. Encourage listeners to engage with their own communities and foster collaboration. Through these episodes, we aim to inspire listeners to recognize the destructive nature of envy and embrace the beauty of collaboration, ultimately creating a more harmonious and supportive community.